Okay, boys and girls, here's how it's going to work today. Uncle Mike is going to show you how to play 7 Days to Die like a man. Like a man. I'm not talking about macho. That's not like a man. I'm talking about getting the most out of the game and growing as a person. And if you are a man, if you identify as a man, I don't care what you got between your legs. It's not my business. You know, I never thought about that growing up. All the years I had friends. I met them. I had a friend down the road. His name was Brad. He had curly hair, blonde guy, chubby, real good friend. Would do anything with me. You know, we would go on our mini bikes, our motorcycles. We would go fishing. We would go, you know, out snooping around late at night. Brad was a boy. I don't know him as a man. I assume he is a man now. But that's just it. I assumed then that he was a boy. I assume that he's a man, but I never saw his dingle dangle. I never looked. I never asked. I don't care. And if you told me today that Brad Davis has a vagina, I'd say, I am not surprised. He always was a giant. Caring, conscientious teddy bear. And I'm not surprised that he has that element. But point notwithstanding, we're here to play 7 Days to Die. And so that's the goal, is back to get on track there. Be a man. Whatever that, however you want to be the man. We're going to show you how to jump in here. I'm going to give you some tips, some tricks, some traps, as I say, not to fall into. This is all just my opinion, man. Give me a hard time. Let's see. I have a game going, so we're going to see what that's all about. Probably in the first day or two. I don't think there's a whole lot to cover. We may go back and do a day one video. Day one videos are done. Everybody does one because everybody has a day one. I have multiple day ones. I like going in and re-engaging and kind of tuning the scenario. Now I read, recently I watched a video from some great guys about that very subject, about how developers will protect you from yourselves and kind of force you to play a more engaging, stimulating game, really a more fun game, which is a subjective word. But the point there is that you don't just play it like you were tuning a spreadsheet. That said, I do play a lot of day ones and maybe play through a couple of days. Sometimes till I die, but maybe if I last, multiple times. But it looks like I'm right in the very beginning here. I may have picked a few things up, but it's only almost 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Looks like I have. Oh, I see. Yeah, I already found the trader because I died. So let's just go ahead and run back and get our pack. So this proves it right here. What we're going to do is jump in here and get our backpack back. Show you how to take advantage of the resources out there on day one. As you can see, as I'm running along, just batting away kind of randomly. It's using up my stamina, my blue bar, as you can see. But at this point in the game, at my level, see my athletics level just just now increased to 4, which is practically nothing, so it doesn't take a whole lot to use up your stamina. You know, the best way to keep that stamina bar up so that you have enough to get away from emergency situations is to kind of go in little fits and starts like this. Let it get up to 60 or so, then run it down to 30. But have sort of a low end. You don't drop below. You know, when I say that I may play past a death, sure. You know, unless I'm particularly frustrated or have something to prove, I'll just play past it. A lot of times that first death is just me overextending myself, not paying attention to my health, and really, you know, on the topic of playing like a man, it's great to take risks. It's great to get out there and you know, get that reward, narrowly avoid death. But you know, there's no yeah, it's a game, sure, but narrowly avoiding death and dying in this game, you know, not that far apart. You just have to run back and get your stuff like I'm doing now. What did I see there? Okay, I'm going to stop and just get that bird nest. You know, in the first week or so of the game, first couple of weeks, you may be getting a lot of bird's nests to get those eggs primarily. The feathers aren't that hard to get across, but the eggs really help when it comes to utilizing the raw meat that you will be getting from hunting. So many things in this game I ignored, you know, at the outset, like hunting and whatnot, thinking, well, I'll live on canned food and I can find plenty of canned food, and you know, it's all true. All these things are true. You can get by with a lot of things in the game, but much like those guys were saying in their video, you can, but you really get more out of the game if you dive in there and, you know, really uncover the secrets and quickly get an edge on the bad guys. So that's what I like to do. My first trader settlement, I think the names of the guys and the settlement that they happen to be in are arbitrary. They're random, so I don't think there's any rhyme or reason to what sort of facilities Joel has. So I just don't pay much attention to his name.
I've been expecting.
But I'll go ahead and sell off a couple of things here. Now, ideally, you want to repair these items, but right now we don't have any forged iron to make the repair kits. I don't think that, again, at this stage of your trading level, that you're going to see a whole lot of profit difference. So, in other words, if you, we can just look real quickly here, but if he has repair kits, which he doesn't, but even if you could purchase a repair kit from old Joel here, you'd find that the repair kit would cost more than what you'd possibly be able to sell the item for. Flashlight, pretty much anything, I'll sell anything that's below level 100, just straight away. It's just not going to be worth much to you. You know, he doesn't want to buy my flashlight. Says, your flashlight's too junky, man. So we'll sell this low-level shotgun, short barrel. I'm not much of a big shotgun user. Some people like it, big splatter, but it's not all that strategic. Pistol, again, I'm not a big pistol fan in this this environment. Those guys can get too close to you, man. One swing and you're infected. One swing if you're low on health, and you're gone. So best just to keep these guys at multiple arms length. I don't have anything else I want to sell. I'm going to go ahead and just hold on to that stuff. I'm not going to spend a lot of time here. It's already 6 o'clock, and it's time to hit the bricks. So he's got a working chemistry station. He's got a non-working forge. You know, it's great when you can find a forge in one of these settlements, but you know, you can also, or I particularly, can get hung up in using the forge and, well, the forge specifically, using the forge at the settlement as a crutch to get a bunch of forged iron, and I still don't have any room, but I want those coffee beans. I could turn my, do I have any other leather? No, I can scrap this guy, I don't want to do that. And get these coffee beans, just because I can. Always be scrapping, always be salvaging. Really what I meant to say, but salvaging and scrapping to make room for more salvaging. Be a junk rat. Again, you have limited storage. Your inventory is, you know, I don't know the number, but it is what it is. There are mods to increase your inventory, but you know, I try to keep the modding down to a minimum. I'm not running any mods now. Let me examine that, but I don't know about the manliness of mods, except to say that you know, the game is designed with a certain balance. You may not agree with the choices that they've made in some cases, but it is what it is. My feeling on it is not that mods are bad. It's just that if you're going to mod the game, then you know where you start. And if you're making it for your enjoyment, your convenience, or to make it something easier, well, it's just not the same game. You know, any other game, StarCraft, football, you name it, modify it, and well, then it's not the same game. But we'll see. I mean, you know, cosmetic stuff, but changing your inventory size, especially doubling it or something like that. Look at, you know, the game already allows you to carry literally tons of stuff. Tons of stuff. But you can see what I mean here. I get way too close, even with this bow and arrow. You know, I'm never going to kill this guy with these stupid flint arrows. Especially if I miss. There we go. Alright, and we scrapped a whole pile of steel arrows out of the guy, and also scored some points. I forgot to use my skill points from locating the settlement. Okay, so I always like to retrofit someplace, and that's right, I remember from earlier. This house down here, I've lived in this house before. I think I built one out, or I fitted it out. What do you call it? Repaired it, so to speak. I rehabbed it. You know, I was thinking about flipping it, but I just don't think the values in this. Oh man, ouch. Okay, now that hurts. We better find a bandage. Let's see, do we have a bandage? No, not really. Let's make one real quick. Let's do something out and then use it real quick. Okay. Well, that was kind of telling of my inability to prepare sometimes. Not an ability. Lack of concern for my own safety, I guess you could say. So, is that playing like a man? No, that's playing like an idiot. What happened to my, I threw out a bunch of bottles. There they are. I want my glass jar. you can make those glass jars. Don't get too hung up on collecting glass jars. You can recycle them. You can scrap them into ground or broken glass pieces. Did think I saw a house. There it is, right there. Okay, we're going to head up for this house on the hillside. Let's not forget to stop and use those skill points, but they're not going to help us. I mean, potentially. But if we want to bust into this house, evict the residents, and get it rehabbed for our own use, then we're really going to have to just wait. We can have so much fun spending our skill points. You know, it's really smarter to go for center of mass with these guys. See, I missed twice in a row right there. Just because of that little if you can go for somewhere between the shoulder blades, then you're going to have a better hit percentage, and consequently, you're going to stay alive longer. That's important. Now you can see on that subject that my health is way down. I'm not really going to gain much by eating these cans of food. Maybe a tick or two. So, once again, it's life in the fast lane with Uncle Mike. But, you know, hey. So, let's see where we're at here. Gain much by eating these cans of food. Okay, we're knocking on the door. What I like to do is pop the window open and stand there and try to knock the door down, which is fine. This gives me time to create my own door. It's just, you know, why? Why not? But I know if I stand there and bust that door open, what's on the other side of it? I have all the time in the world, more or less, to knock down this window. Although, it's going to be about knocking off this time. Come out and repair my axe. Dumbass is still trying to knock down the door. I'm mowing her already. Let's see. Hey, baby. Okay, so we're just going to, you know, basically kill this old girl. Oops. Kill this old girl. Or let her kill us.
Okay, we're gonna back out here and we're gonna check our settings. Microphone going better. Awesome. Audio volume boost. Doki doki. So yeah, I'm gonna go back. That's terrible. That's just terrible. has passed you by. You'll sit around and you'll wonder why you were always there for me. Just can't get that off my face though. Just can't get that the what do you call that? The glare of the my sunglasses. Just not gonna play with my glasses. Gonna play without them. Don't like them. Don't need them. Uncle Mike is gonna go. No goggles. No goggles. Mike's gonna have a cookie. suck butt. They suck butt. We gotta find a bird's nest, girls. All right. Yeah, I have a new opinion on bacon and eggs. And it goes like this. Make all the bacon and eggs you want, but you really need to get the recipe and ingredients together for meat stew just as soon as possible. said. Tell me everything. Wait, okay. We're gonna run right by some of these houses, but yeah, I just really want to change the setting really quick. No, I just want to make sure you're hearing me clearly so we can focus on, what's important. But guess fucking what? Boom. Bada. You're gonna be what we call first kill. this every time. Jesus, setting back. Okay, so now that we've made all of our microphone adjustments and then reset everything back to the default, what is our audio level now? Let's see how we do. Just stabby? No. Let's get our archery level up. Sorry for shooting you in the arm. I hope that was your arm. Ow! Damn it! See? That's the problem with using stupid bows. You want to get close enough to get a shot. But, man, sometimes... Yeah, I just really should stay 25. There's my deer. Well, this guy's gonna go down. Hit him twice. He's gotta go down. We're gonna run and run and run and run until he falls. We're gonna run him down. I mean, if he doesn't go, then well, screw him. Okay. Whoa. Ah! Where? Oh, wait. I think I hit the wolf too. The wolf got him though. Hey, fuck that wolf. want this wolf so bad. I want to kill him. For this I make arrow. Now we're gonna run back up here. See if he's still hanging out. If he's still hanging out, dude. Oh. Alright, so I want to watch. We're gonna, yeah, see, good, good. Yeah. That's interesting. Oh, he did finally drop. Good for me. Please, please come work for us. Yes. Oh. We're gonna need to get more ammo. A lot more. Come here, butt wipe. What? You're not my favorite dude. Just nothing, man. It's a little later in the day than we like to go. It's alright. Just get an idea of where everything's at here. See where our green pastures are. For some reason, call me crazy. I just like to have my house by the in the green forest biome. Looks like our trader's going to be off in the desert, high desert. I like this scrubland. I would call it just Scrappyville. Oh, we know what that sound means. Everybody be ready with the club. If he's still coming, which I think he is. Uh-oh. Yeah, you know what that means. Ouch. Ouch. Yeah, I'm tired of this.